Hey, hey, hey. Are we ready to start? Our last stream of the year? Are we here? Are we hizzity here? Let's find out. Welcome to the Crystal Library for the final time this year. Gosh, it snuck up on me. I wasn't planning to let this be our last stream, but I looked at my calendar and I was like, oh God, I don't think we can do another Sunday this week. We got a stacked holiday season coming up. A lot of which I was not planning for, but it kind of works out accidentally. So hello! I'm way over here. There's a boy. Pepper. He's asleep. Pepper's knocked out. His ears twitched and he heard me, but he's not really here. Welcome to the Crystal Library for the final time this year. Real quick lowdown. I don't really want to start with plugs, but I'll say this much. Anatomy is my specialty as far as I love it. I love learning about it, and I have basically done all the heavy lifting for you, so if you're trying to learn anatomy, get in here! And let's make it as easy as possible to learn it together. I have notes, I have softwares and tools and models. I have so many things that we can just talk about in here to make it as easy as possible for you. Basically, ask me anything, regardless of what body part we're focusing on. If you're like, I want to look at hands, I want to look at arms, I want to look at legs, I want to look at abs, tell me, and we'll figure it out together. But what I thought we could do is a couple of things, because as most of us know here, but if this is not your first time, if this is your first rodeo, this is my second time revisiting this content. I basically took Proko's anatomy course 5-something years ago. Also, hello, I'm a good streamer. I have so many things that I have to say at the beginning, because otherwise I'll just get quiet and climb up and never say anything ever again. Super quick, my name is Kiana. I happen to do a lot of things besides anatomy as well. I do Deltarune fan art, which is probably where most of my time is going. Real quick, I guess the other thought is I would like to be able to do these streams more often, but I kind of only have one day dedicated to them at this time. And I'm basically like, if I miss anything, if I miss one thing, it kind of just gets backed up and things just start sliding out of control. So, as of now, unfortunately, we only have one day to dedicate to the Crystal Library. But the one thing I will promise, I will never abandon this channel. I will never ever leave it, because I'm gonna always want to learn. I'm gonna be a forever learner for the rest of my life. So as long as I want to learn stuff, it's gonna live here. And if I learn it, you learn it by proxy. So today is our last step of the bones of human anatomy. We're gonna just do the scapula today. We're looking at this wonderful model lady and or them or him. And then muscles. When we come back next year, we'll finally start muscles. The front of the body. Ha-cha-cha. We'll start with the pecs and the breasts by proxy. But today is our last look at the skeleton, and if you want to basically follow everything that I've learned, you can take the Proko course for free online via his YouTube playlist. Link in the description. As well as if you want to buy the course and get the full amount of information that I do, you can also do that as well. So, couple things. I happen to also have an entire notepad of all the things that he's talked about transcribed in here if you want access to these notes. I dropped a link at least once per stream, and if you want them, you can get them as well as have them at your fingertips after every single lesson. I will update them with the current lesson we're on. So again, I've basically been keeping up to tabs with everything that Proko has taught, and it's just transcribed for you. So there's that. There's also, one more thing, hang on, there is this wonderful software, which I think we'll take a look at today, because if we're looking at bones, you don't really need to know this red meat on top, but you kinda do, otherwise, you know, where do the bones go? You gotta find them. And specifically for the shoulders, you kind of need to know what's lying on top to find the bones underneath. So we're going to look at this a little bit later. And then last, if you happen to care at all about my entire 5-year journey up until now, it is available on my Patreon, which you can type !Patreon to get access to basically everything I've ever learned up until this point. And we're going to be adding to that as I learn things. I compound to that basically everything I've learned and knowledge that has been created, 3D models that have been made. All of my entire studies up until this point live over there for only $3 to $7. Up to you. And as well as a Discord, !Discord, if you want to drop some knowledge, you have studies you want to look at. We have, critique sessions if you want. We can give you feedback in there. So all that aside, I hate doing the plug show, but I gotta do it real quick, at least once, and then we can never talk about it again. So other than that, I was gonna leave it up to chat, but if no one says anything, what the plan to do was today... That's a sentence. What the plan... I also have ADHD, can you tell? The plan today was to basically do another redrawn gesture of said human right here. Which is fabulous, very lean machine. Because that's what ended up being voted on the poll. Do I have the poll pulled up? I sure do. Here it is. It's on the channel. And if you want, you can go vote right now and change my mind. It's tied between these two. We did this one last week. And this one got a vote, but we unfortunately probably we might have time to look at it, but we will do the gesture of this one today, the second one. So you guys get to pick what we draw each course, each lesson. So this is fine. I'm looking at this now and I'm like, her spine is technically in the right place, but the orientation of the rib cage is not. Rib cage should be pointing that way, and I have it pointing this way, so that's incorrect. Also, the forethought and knowledge I have now, I can look at this and just go, I have so much more knowledge now. So, for example, this is obviously a bone lesson. We're looking at the skeleton, and only the skeleton. But at the same time, it's really hard to find you can see bone right here. You can see bone right here. But there's a lot of push and pull and musculature that's sliding those beautiful discs around along her ribcage that I just didn't know yet. And now I have future knowledge that I didn't before, and it feels so good. And so hopefully we're going to do a redrawn gesture of this. I keep saying gesture with a clown. No, gesture. We're going to do a gesture of this again. And before we do that, I always like to look at a little analysis of what we're looking at before we even touch gesture. Because obviously if I have knowledge and you don't, what's the point of you being here? So let's figure it out together. Also, let me know if audio is too loud, if music is too quiet, if we can barely hear it, let me know. Otherwise, I will probably shut up after this and we'll get started. Well, no, I will talk about that in a moment. I don't want to overwhelm you with too many things. I just threw like 7 links at you. So you take them at your own leisure and time. So anyway, let's look at this model here. And I don't know if we have time to open up another picture, but we can really briefly look at this guy super quick because it was voted for and I want to make sure everybody gets at least something they're happy with. This buff guy is so much more, this is a really good comparison actually. What we might do is I'll just point out the muscles and bones and find them via tracing real quick, and then we'll do a gesture of this actual person right here. So we can see what's going on, and hopefully that'll appease everybody. I can't please everybody all the time, but I'll try. Because yeah, the absolute opposite is happening here. This is a lean machine, beautiful creature that the bones are very obvious, and then for here, you kind of have to do a little more sight. You gotta have x-ray vision to really find them on this guy, because he's all muscle. So where the heck are the bones on this guy? Let's find out. Okay. Don't worry if you have no anatomy knowledge yet. That's why I'm here, to help you kind of foreshadow what's coming. And then when we actually get to the shoulder meat, then it'll make more sense. So for now, I'm gonna take a sip of water because I've been doing nothing but talking. Woo! Alrighty. And by the way, lurkers, if you have questions, you gotta come ask them. Otherwise, I can't help you. But if you do want to learn anatomy, it's not just a one-man show where I draw and you watch. It's a camaraderie. I'm here to be your accountability buddy. It's like working out. You don't always want to do it, but it's the consistency that keeps you lean and keeps you toned. So it's the same as working out. I've been drawing every single Sunday anatomy, and now I can kind of, with some assistance, I have X-ray vision that I can kind of see things. So I'm just basically here to help you on your journey, but it can't be done by just watching. You have to do it with me. So you know what you need, and if you're up to the task, I'm here to help. But if you're not able to make that commitment yet, that's okay. That's understandable. Just know that when you are, I'm here for you. Okay, where's my glove? There it is. I found it. I'm also a lot of spicy energy. That's the pepper. Can't really control it. But if you do want a quiet, silent version, there is something coming soon that I will show you more later. Alrighty. So let's see. I'm gonna actually copy this picture here. I'm gonna add a new tracing so we can look at this proper. Hi there. He's real tiny. Get bigger. Yeah. There we go. All of that beautiful resolution lost. Great. Okay. Goodbye. Just to make me happy, we'll put you on multiply. Or not. Or not. There we go. 3 layers of... Never mind. Alright. Let's see. What are you listening to? I haven't even heard yet. Animal Crossing? Fantastic. Okay. I gotta juggle some stuff here. So let's see. Let's put anatomy here. Yeah. Alrighty. We don't really need to see the arm too much. I'll hide this for now. Cool. Alrighty. So what the heck is going on here? What the heck you do? We'll do a gesture of a lady in a second, but for now, I'm gonna take a bite of a cracker. Crunch. Sorry for plastic noises right next to the microphone. Okay. Let's fly through this. We got stuff to do. Yeah. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna timestamp this for analysis. Where are we at? We're only at 12 minutes in? I feel pretty good about that. Okie dokie. Tracing analysis, start now. Cool. Okie dokie. So let's see. If I were a scapula, where would I be hiding? Oh god, I forgot this keeps disappearing every time I click. Can I? Is it that shortcut? I always forget what shortcut it is. No. Did I have it selected? Alt T? No. I don't know how to do it. There's a way to... Hang on. I'm gonna figure it out. There it is. Windows Control T. Sorry. Alright, now it won't disappear when I click off it. Cool. Alright. So, as far as I understand, I might need a refresher, and you are welcome to correct me, because again, I am a student just like you. I am not perfect. I'm gonna mess up as well. But what I remember is the muscles are very misleading on the back. I don't remember a whole lot, but let's just, for example, take a look-see at what we got here. What is the most recognizable muscle I see first? Trap. Beautiful trapezius. This guy. Right there. The interesting thing about the trap is it actually completely covers the scapula. Well, not completely. It's not all hidden, but most of it is hidden. In fact, without really knowing where it is, you can't really see it. So let me bring that to the surface. You see that? It's so hard to find! It's really well hidden. This is our trapezoid, and then that there is, not trapezoid, that's a shape. Trapezius. It's in the shape of a trapezoid. No! Okay, there we go. This is, I think, the best way you can see it. The only part that you can see is superficial is the spine of the scapula. Literally this part that comes right to the front and sits on top. That's the only part, and you can feel it. There's a big old bony landmark right on your shoulder. There's no muscle covering that. That's the back of your scapula connecting to the front. And then it gets hidden. If you follow that line and trace it down, it gets real squishy back there. That's the trap covering it. Your trap actually wraps around it in the front. So that beautiful line is from clavicle, right here, all the way down to back of the shoulder, chromium process, get that step ladder right down there, and then you find it. So basically, you kind of need to know where the traps are to find the scapula in the first place. Once you see this little shelf popping out, it'll make it a little easier to find. So let's pull it to the front one more time. There we are. Okay. We'll talk about the overlap of muscles one more time, but in a second. So with that, I see trap right there. Beautiful trap. It's actually split into 3 heads, but that's not super important right now. We don't need to really know about the trapezius. We just need to know where it is and where it starts. That's a bit kind of where it is. It's like a kite. I believe most of this is tendon on the edge, and then you get the muscle belly that literally you can see popping out, that big old ridge right there. So with that, now you can kind of literally see a little bit of it sneaking through this depression, that shift in lighting that kind of might help you, give you a hint of where the scapula is. Boom, right there. From there, a chromium process, the start of the scapula right here. So this might help you a little bit sneak down, and that's the connecting piece to the clavicle. Trap, all of that is trap. It's very hard to see like that, but most of that is trap. And then this is bone, so I'm gonna recolor this. Pink and blue, why not? There we go. Let's make it rojo. Anyway, I hope we're doing well on our nice lazy Sunday. Hopefully it's lazy for you. I would hope you're not working on your Sunday, like me, because I'm a crazy person. But this isn't technically work, it's still enjoyable. I just was busy with other things at the moment. I got a lot going on right now, guys. Cracker me. No. Okay. So with that out of the way, what else do I see? Not everything is as obvious for the back. It's a lot of lumps and bumps. Let's see. I'm seeing a very huge protrusion of muscle right here. Do we know what that is? Is that guy. Lat. Your lat. And your lat also kind of tells you where things sit. It tucks up right over your scapula. You see that? It shouldn't pop out. It shouldn't. I say that because I have chicken wings because I have scoliosis. So I had to work real hard to strengthen my lats because they weren't covered up. That little edge should be right on top of your scapula like a strap, like a seatbelt, to keep it from escaping. But mine go flying all over the place. So if I'm right, this beautiful, large, muscular, buff man has a bunch of that beautiful strap of lat right there, and it covers it up, and all of this is probably some serratus and some other junk that we will learn in the front of the body when we get to it. All of this is tendon coming down there. So now I'm not really gonna get into all of this, but you got some bread loaves in here, some baguettes that make this pop out a little bit more, and then we can really learn those later. I always forget what they are because they're very well hidden. There's like, you can actually kind of see them a little bit. They're so well hidden, but they're right there. They connect to the booty right there. That's mostly tendon, but let's see. Show me real quick. I said show me. Uh-oh, are you stuck? Oh god, it's crashing. Oh no. I love when you crash. Alrighty, well, it's crashing. I tried. It's trying its best. Let's just imagine there's muscles underneath here. Assume there are. I can't find them right now, but there are. Oh, it's broken. Oh, it's dying. I don't want to close you, but we might have to. Oh, dear. Okay, well. Goodbye. You worked so hard for 5 minutes. Thanks for your hard work. Come back. Spoilers, you're gonna see me log in. No! Okay. She's gonna load over there. Alrighty, so now let's see, what else do I see? While that's loading up. Let me know if you find something before I do. One moment. He's loading. My male model is loading. Where are my shoulder muscles? There they are. Give them to me. Yes, wonderful, very good. Alrighty. Yeah. That's what I wanted, baby. That's what I wanted. Okay. Alright. Not super important, but all this. There we go. You can kind of see it. There's just a bunch of baguettes. They can be all summarized as, oh no, I gotta do this one more time. There we go. Just assume there's some lumps and bumps underneath there. That's what these extra protrusions are. Alright, this is not the back muscles lesson, this is the scapula lesson, but we do need to know where they are so we can kind of find them a little bit easier. There's some other muscles I don't really remember these ones as much. I don't think Proko talks about them a huge ton. The main ones we're looking at is rhomboid. These guys. Oh, nope, not that. Give me that rhomboid. Yeah. That beautiful, beautiful counter diagonal for your scapula. So let's see. Can you see it on him? You can kind of see it. The main reason you want to know where this is it shows you exactly where the base of the scapula is. The lat kind of hides it. It gives you like a bit of a chin strap, little bit of info, but the rhomboid, if it's activated, which is the open your wings muscles, I'm pretty sure, should tell you exactly where it is. And I'm like squinting real hard. I kind of see something here. Maybe if I squint, but it shouldn't be underneath the lat. It would be up here. Well, let's look for the other big one. The other one that you usually can find, no problem, is your infraspinatus and supraspinatus. This guy, hang on, get me out. Is this what I think it is? It is, infraspinatus. Big boy! This is a key muscle that you usually see on buff dudes when you're looking at superhero comics. All of them are always popping this guy out. And yeah, there he is. I can see it right there. So let's find it super fast on this guy. I have my layer not in multiply anymore. Let's see. I think that's infraspinatus. And that'll help me find my actual scapula. Beautiful, big, bulging Bertha right there. Yummy, 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 yummy. Alrighty. Cool. And that... Oh, there's so much I could talk about. I still don't understand this freaking overlap nonsense of this junk, and this junk. It's a lot of junk that I can't wait to revisit. But I just needed to know where this is so I can now find the scapula, because it sits right on the spine of it. So let's see. Can I see it?
It's 3:30 p.m. Let's go grab a glass of water. And why don't you go wash your hands?
Check. Check. Thank you. No thank you. Make a list of my every single time that happens and how many times have I actually listened to it. I think 0 at this point. Why do I have it there? I don't know. Alright. If we know where the scapula shelf is, I'm assuming right around there. Right around there. I can kind of see something right around here. This isn't a tracing lesson, but it is helping me remember the shoulder muscles that I oh so desperately forgot. There is a huge conglomerate where you see the depression is usually where there's a bunch of muscles connecting. So, aha! I found it! You sneaky. Shelf of the scapula sits right here. Yeah. I think I already got that, but we'll go for it in more detail. From there, snaketh down, covered up by trap, so it would really be closer to here. And then maybe you can start to kind of see, it would be, I think it goes longer than that. This is the hard, tricky part. This is where the muscle is connecting, but it extends longer than that, because lat is right here. So I'm gonna say that's, ooh. Oh, this is a good one. I'm kind of glad we're doing this now. If there's my lat, maybe it stops there? I'm pretty sure I did that exact same thing the first time we looked at this guy. Because if I look back, what did we do for him? Yeah, that's not accurate. They are way shorter than they should be. They should be foreshortened though, like they're coming at us. So maybe we should do this one, but not today. I don't have time, but I might extend another day if we have the energy to do so. Because it does bear looking at it one more time. And if anything, we might watch. If Proko has it available via YouTube, I can't do it if it's not on YouTube. But if it is, we'll look at the critique and see what he did. Because I'm pretty sure for the shoulder lesson he gives the answers out. At some point he stopped doing that, but for the beginning ones he might have still allowed it. Okay. So I'm gonna say there is scapula right around here. And it's gonna keep going, because it's gonna trace this line. This is where... Oh! I got it. I got it. I think I saw it first. Yeah. I'm gonna adjust this ever so slightly. We're gonna get to the gesture, don't worry y'all. But this is a very good... I hope we're getting something out of this, versus me just freaking out about anatomy as I spot things. Alright. This is all trap. I'm pretty sure. And it looks like it cuts off there, but that's really where muscle belly is. This is tendon. Yeah. Hopefully this is somewhat helpful for somebody out there. All of this is tendon. Nope. I forgot I had this on multiply. We'll make another layer for color. Yeah. Just know that this lies to you. The tendon is actually much longer. It would be a little bit further out from the edge. The muscle belly is a little bit smaller than that. Yeah. Something like that. Okay, that makes more sense to my brain. Yeah. Siren's going by, I'm so sorry. So if that's the case, then my scapula starts up here, don't it? It sure does. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a guess here. Let's look at this one more time. Don't freeze on me, please. Yeah. I think this is my lat. Did I get that S-curve? I didn't really. Let's try that again. I see a much stronger S-curve now. Do you see it? Before I draw it? Hacha. Yeah. I think that's our lat. And it kind of does the same thing on the other side, comes right underneath that trap. Trap sits on top. Yeah. It's like a beautiful, like, literal shoulder pad. It kind of just sits and snakes on top. But you do need to know where it is. It's kind of hard to see on this other side since it's so much more softened over here. He's literally contracting on the other side, so it's not quite as obvious, but if I were to give a bit more of a contour to that, yeah, okay. So that still doesn't really tell me exactly where the scapula is, but I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. I might be wrong here, and we'll look at the answer later together. But I think usually lines and depressions tell you exactly what you're looking at. That's the spine of the scapula. This part, the top of the scapula, actually connects way up here. Concave, because this is all supraspinatus sitting on top. Right? Right. Supraspinatus and trap connect. This is trap. Supraspinatus sits on the other side of the trap. Yeah. Supraspinatus actually is hidden by the trap, right? Oh, you froze again, dude? Oh, I love this software. No, it's just stuck on the traps. It doesn't want to leave. Okay. Well, we saw the gist of what we need. Good old software. Very strong and not faulty at all. Okay. I'm going to, one more time, see if I can... Nope. We'll just have to rely on my old little brain then. Let's see. I always forget the shape of it, but... Let's say humerus starts about there. Again, we don't really need to know all of that stuff, but there's the start of the humerus, somewhere along those lines. Then, yeah, you can see where the elbow connects here. Oh, so much more info I have now. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, I love having knowledge. It's not that thick, but yeah, something like that. There's an elbow, there's an olecranon, something like that. When we get to the arms, we'll get to the arms. But for now, just know you gotta kind of know where something sits. Cool. Now, connecting that. And then it's foreshortened, so... Oh, why, thank ya! Hello there, Joshua Centil. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm fumbling around and hopefully not getting this wrong. But if I am, we're working on it together. Cool. There we go. That might be a bit easier to see. Cool. Just know that this is hidden because it's foreshortened. Fantastic. I will get to the gesture in a moment. I'm just doing a quick tracing because I wanted to make sure we hit these notes before we move on. And it's helping me remember muscles that I've long forgotten because I haven't looked at this in a heckin' long time. Alrighty. That looks like a scapula, and it's foreshortened ever so slightly. The spine of the scapula, it's right where? Here. And it comes in like so, because there's a bunch of muscle connecting there, right? No, I have to hide that. Yeah. Yeah! Ooh! Okay, right around here, you see that bunch of muscles sitting right there? That's a connection point. That's some, there's some insertion and other points coming in there. I forget the other term. The ones where the muscles go into. There we go. I'm not a professional. I know what I'm doing, and no, 90% of the time. Most of the time, I'm just futzing around. Okay, so here we go. We got the spine in. Yay. It's a wonky, weird, curving shape. Just know that it's not a perfect line. It curves like that. It's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to show from this angle, but I think it's something like that. Cool, cool. Alrighty. Now, back to the rest of the muscles at hand. I don't think, let's see, I'm gonna call you bones. I'm gonna add another color. Color. Let's go back to you. There we go. I think that'll help me see it a little bit better. Cool. You are free to also correct me because I make mistakes. But I think that's as good as we're gonna get. Okay, cool. That's a scapula. For now, I'm happy with that. A light shading here and there. Just know that it's facing towards us, so it's gonna foreshorten ever so slightly. Okay. And I think that's a scapula. Kind of, perhaps, maybe. Do we need any more info here? I can't even begin to tell you where the other guy is. Perhaps it's here because this plane change is very obvious. I'm gonna say yeah. I want to move on though. I don't want to stay here too long, but the gist of it is you need to know a little bit of anatomy in the muscles to find the heckin' freaking bones underneath. So that was a small detour just to give you a little heads up of what's to come. I'm gonna try to find the other side real quick. It's a little harder to find because we have less info, but let's see. Give me my bones. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. And it would be coming at us as well. Dum, dum, dum. It's really hard to see on this guy, but I'm gonna take a guess and say it's something like that. Yeah. Should be eye level? Yep. Something like that. I'm not positive, but you might get close. Okay. Let's just color that bad boy in real quick to some Zora's Domain. Do-do-do. Cool. Hopefully that makes sense to our brains. Let me give you a little color for this humerus so we can just see it. Cool. Alright, unofficial tracing, just to say that we looked at it because I do need to know where these muscles are on this guy. It's very hard to see. I should remind everyone, by the way, Proko offers 6 to 10 pictures per lesson. We're looking at 3. I already did the homework assignment, and you know, you can go ahead and get all this if you want to see all of them. Where is it? Boom. These are much older and messier, but, you know, you gotta do the homework yourself. So, I would strongly suggest, of course, you do these on your own, but we're flying through these a little faster because this is a review for me, on top of the fact that I don't want to take another 5 years to go through the body. So I think it'll be more beneficial to us to just hit the big ones, and we can parse through those lessons, and if we really need to look at something else, we can. But, you know, we're here to just do a quick review. So that's what we did last week. My rule of thumb for each lesson is we do, sorry, let me bring this guy back in. That's a nice tracing, thank you, but I think we're good here. Thank you, sir. Do I recognize any other things on this man? Where else is the meat? I'm gonna say trap. I'm gonna say some rhomboid. I can't click on it anymore, it froze on me. But rhomboid right there, the diagonal thing that goes away from your bones. It goes like that. I'm gonna say that's rhomboid. What else? Lat we got. Ooh, this overlap bothers my brain so much, but I'm gonna guess and say some of that is some infraspinatus. Underneath that probably is teres minor, this little curve right there, and then it's gonna sit underneath my tricep. Yes, teres minor goes, no. I can't click on it. Infraspinatus. Teres minor sits on top. Overlapping the freaking, whatever you want to call it, checkerboard, is tricep. This is teres major. So I think this is infraspinatus. Teres major is popping out right there, that big boy. And then there's some teres minor hiding somewhere. It's very hard to see, but it's much less obvious on this guy. And then obviously triceps sitting right underneath that deltoid. So I think that's at least a good idea of where things are. We'll revisit this proper when we get to the lessons on the muscles, which isn't that far away. We're starting muscles, and we're going to go through the front of the body, I'm assuming. I haven't looked at the lineup, but I'm pretty sure pecs is next, abs, and obliques, and then we'll hit the back, and that'll be like in a couple, like 6-ish weeks. So if you can wait, come back and we'll talk about the muscles more in depth. But I'll drop one more little thing if you want it. Oh god, I went to the wrong tab. Sorry, hang on. I have other things in the background. Come back, there we go. Okay, is it, where did I put it? Where's my homework for the shoulder? It's somewhere. Oh, I don't have it saved here? Oh, I'm so sad. Where did I save it? Maybe I saved it in the shoulder bones. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I think I did. I think I did. I'm a smart cookie, right? I did! Here you go. Alright, real quick. I also like to make graphic design graphics for myself because this helps me learn. So it's literally just a snapshot of this. I guess flipped. And, or I had it on the other way so it's oriented. You know what I mean. So this is all accessible via the Crystal Library Patreon again, which is not just my drawings, but it's my studies, my notes, and everything that I've ever learned up until now, leading up to this point. So you can get this yourself and reference it as much as you need to for only $7. So this overlap, I don't have the tricep in here, but what you need to know is this cross section. We'll get a good glimpse of this when we finally come back to it. It's still messing with my brain. But in order, teres minor, tricep, teres major, and then there's a bunch of stuff sitting on top, usually trap. But yeah, we'll come back to that later. Okay, goodbye. I think we can do this gesture now. Let's see. Goodbye. We'll look at this for a second. I'm gonna go reset my eyes real quick and look away from the screen for like 20 seconds. I'm not gone. I'm just gonna step away from the screen for a bit, and then we'll do this gesture. Let me just set it up so we're ready to go. Hi there. No. Yes, there we go. I'm gonna hide this because we got 7 million things happening. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm not gone. I'm just on the other side of the screen, resetting my eyes. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Hilariously, I think my mouse just died. Literally right now. So, I'm not gone. I'm gonna try one more thing. Sometimes you just gotta take the battery out and put it back in. You know what I mean? I haven't changed this battery in almost a year. Oh yeah, you can hit that button if you want. I wouldn't mind. I would be grateful. Alrighty. At some point, we'll condense these all into a much more viewable highlight stream kind of thing when I have time to hire somebody to edit, but I can't right now. Alright. How's that? We salvaged this battery as long as we can, baby. Oh, you died again. Alrighty. Nah, no worries, bro. Hang on. One more try? No, she did. Oh, no. Well, I've been trying to stretch it for like 3 months. The red light started blinking 3 months ago. That's how long I can make my batteries last. No worries, we got a AA right here. It's a little corroded though. It might still work. Let's see. Cross your fingers, chat. Is the corrosion too strong? Or can we save it? Let's see. Hello? Battery's in. Uh-oh. Are you really not reading my dead battery? No! Oh, don't do this on stream now. I'm so professional. We got one more. Hang on. Hopefully this is nice ASMR for your ears. Delicious battery replacing. Oh dear. Of course on stream, the mouse that I've been using for literally 3 months just died. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually go get a real battery. The batteries I've been sitting waiting to replace them, that was 3 months ago. I'll be right back, chat. Last time. Enjoy a pepper up close, I guess. Yep, the battery I've been trying to stretch for 3 months just decided to die right now. No, it's okay. I got it. I'm good. Thank you, though. Alright, bro, are we in business? We're back in business, baby. There we go. That's a working mouse. Yay! Alrighty. I am so sorry. Funny how life works like that. Did you have fun with Pepper? He looked up for you. How nice of him. Alrighty. So, what I would like to do, I have a question for you, chat. If there's anybody here to sway my opinion, now is the time to speak up. Because what I was planning to do is, as is customary, basically, for this revisit, I am purposefully choosing to do a harder version of this course. By the first lesson we do is going to be, well, for the bone specifically, I was going to try to do a blender lesson, which is a 3D sculpt of the piece of the skeleton we're looking at. And then first lesson after that is the drawing part. Then we do, you know, at least 1 or 2 gestures of that. But following muscles, I don't know if we're going to have time to blender it up because I'm still a blender beginner and I don't want to waste everyone's time trying to learn how to actually articulate complex shapes like that. I still have to understand rigging and constraints, and I could do it probably in another software, but I'm not that good yet. And there's no point in doing it in any other software other than Blender, because if it's not free, you can't use it. So maybe at some point, eventually I want to get to the point where I can make 3D graphics that animate and are in real time, but I can't do that right now. So anyway, what I was planning to do is the first lesson is the gesture that we're looking at, like a 1-to-1 copy, and then, like, I'll show it real quick. Where is it? I'm gonna pull up the lady one more time. Where is she? Where is she? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Boom! Okay. I forgot I can't show you titties. I'm pretty sure it's fine, but just in case. YouTube might yell at me. This is unsafe for work content. No, it's not, it's anatomy! Point is, hang on, I'm gonna find it. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Yeah. There you go. It's the safe lady. So here we go. This is what we did last week. And it's a 1-to-1 gesture, right? Like, I'm timing myself now, so I'm gonna try really hard to do it in exactly like a formatted class where 5-minute gesture, 10-minute additional adjustments, and then if we have time, musculature, bony landmarks, all that stuff. But for this revisit, I'm purposely gonna do one gesture as it is, front standing, and then the second one we do is a flip, where I'm gonna try to do the same gesture but flip from imagination in my brain and try to rotate the figure around and draw that. So It's hard, but I do feel the growth from doing that for the last 4 or 5 weeks we've been doing it. You can look and see. But it is definitely a harder challenge. If you are just learning anatomy and this is your first time going through this stuff, do the regular gestures. I'm not going to ask you to do that. This is my extra challenge because I'm a hardcore, I like to go hard mode. And I feel the growth from it. So anyway, the only question I asked, I was planning to do that, the rotated flip version of this human, but this is my question because we're looking at the scapula and the scapula are on the back. So it kind of defeats the purpose to flip it around if we're looking at the front. So this picture was meant to, you know, showcase the clavicle, the front of the scapula. Wouldn't it make more sense to draw the thing on the back that we're looking at? So I think it would actually be more beneficial if I just draw this as is, because it would make more sense for you and you can actually follow the Proko lesson as it was intended. So exempt from this gesture. And I guess going forward, because we're going to be looking at specifically parts of models that the muscles are most pronounced on. So if we're looking at the abs, it doesn't make sense for me to draw the back of the abs because you're not going to see them. So you get me? If we're doing something specifically where the flip version of the model has still the focused muscle or bone group in the flip, I'll do it. But otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So I think we'll just do the gesture as is. We'll just leave this one alone for now because it would help you easier. And I also need to remember what I'm looking at. So for today, we're going to just do this gesture as is standing. So I put question mark mirrored here if somebody changed my mind, but no one's here to do that, so goodbye. Save. Alrighty. So before I start, I like to do a little analysis of what we're looking at. So one more time, I'm gonna put a timestamp. Where are we at? We're at about, time-wise, about 52 minutes. Cool. Yeah. Analysis. Cool. Alrighty. So before we start, what the heck is going on in here? She's got chicken wings like me! He, she, or they. Or they. I'm gonna say, obviously, there's a scapula right there. And then from there, this is where you can kind of see more rhomboid. It's being pushed to an extreme here because she's pulling something. It's pulling back. So your rhomboid is the muscle that pulls inward, I think. Adduction? I forget the right term, but it's pulling the muscle in, so this one's really pronounced and strong and working. And the trap is still pronounced here, but it's mostly rhomboid that's kind of coming through. So trapezius, all of this beautiful push and pull in that skin fold is trapezius, sitting right there. And then some rhomboid is poking through on this side. It's a little bit easier to see because this one is pushing. So you can kind of feel it if you do it yourself, but because her muscles are contracting, what's confusing about this is they're not in the right place because of the action she's doing. So normally a standalone, like if she's just standing completely still and ramrod straight up and down, you'd have scapula here, but otherwise they're moving because of the muscle contraction. That's why we looked at the muscles in the beginning, otherwise you wouldn't really know what you're seeing yet. So trap, you can see very easily here, a little bit of lat right here, and then rhomboid is stretching this long, beautiful connection right here. And then trapezius goes all the way up to the neck. You can see the torsion in the trapezius because it does continue to the front of the neck, sitting right on top of that clavicle, right over here. So yeah, just remember the trap, it wraps around and goes all the way from the back to the front. So it doesn't just stop at the shoulder. It continues to about 1/3 of the clavicle. Yeah? And then deltoid splits into 3 ways. So I will say this. Proko already basically did a tracing of this lesson. So I'm not going to do anything new here that you haven't already seen. You can easily just watch the lesson he did the demo for and that'd be fine. I'm going to try my best to do this in a timely manner. Oh my god, they're missing cartilage in the front. That's horrifying. Ugh! Get out of my sight. So I'm going to take a quick sip of water because I've been talking a lot. Alrighty. Let's see. If I were to do the front of this though, The fun part about that is you would get more action on the clavicle. Clavicle isn't really moving though. It would only be moving if the shoulder is tilted, but it's not really tilted. It's more so leaning, I guess like they'd be contracting forward, protraction a little bit. And then boobs. I would definitely have to draw boobs. So you would see some breast tissue probably. So I guess, unless anyone says anything in the next 10 seconds and changes my mind to do the front version of this, I'm gonna do the back. But I want to look at it again. I really kind of want to try the front. It's just not going to be as beneficial to you. But, see, this is where I become a selfish Nancy. If you don't tell me what to do, I get to do my own thing. What did I do for the past? Let me look. If it's anything close to tangible, like I don't really need to redo it. Oh god. We got the Hulk over there. There's some notes. There's some more notes. Is it... I'm gonna guess. Here we go. This is my first round. You know what? I think I will do it again. Because looking at this now, the rib cage is not quite facing the right direction. No! Wait a minute! It is! But this egg hole don't work. Yeah, no. I think I kind of got it. But it could be cleaner. So I think I will do it again. Because yeah, if you look real close, the rib cage is technically going in the right direction, but it's still really unclear. I can make that clearer. Like this spine is just floating. It should be sitting in a little groove where the rib cage is. And we can now augment some of the muscles because I know where they are now. So we're gonna do it again. Alright, I talked myself into it. Okay, let me get this out of the way. I need complete focus. So, here's where I like to posit a challenge. You are welcome to do this challenge with me. It will be uploaded separately eventually, and another reason why I'm taking a few weeks off, not just for Christmas and holidays, but to catch up, because I've been getting backed up on the Crystal Library. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't actually finish, and I would like to be able to upload, for example, the Scapula lesson. There are no models for the bones yet. Eventually I want to upload those. As well as, just in general, the last few pictures I haven't actually finished at the end of the lesson. So I just need some weeks to finish things, as well as setting up the streams. It takes a minute. So let's see. Goal, I think, for this, because I want to have a vision in mind, is going to be muscles. We're doing this bone, we're focusing on bones, but once we get past that, I want to be able to really dial in on the musculature, because now I know where they are, and hopefully it'll be a little easier for you to see where they are too. Mostly the upper back. Lower, not as important. You see a little bit of lat here snaking around, but I really want to get this understanding of infraspinatus, teres minor, tricep, and then teres major. You can literally see that sausage right there, sitting right there. It's very obvious on her. Beautiful. No, there we go. So now, without further ado, I can finally stop yakking and draw. The only reason I talk as much as I do is because I get really quiet when I'm focused, and it's very boring. So I apologize in advance. But what I will say, this is not available at the moment, but I'm going to offer this link to anybody who wants it. I will tell you what it is in a second. Art class timer. Cool. All right. So it's going to start right away, and I won't have time to talk. So I'm going to say now what it is. And I'm going to also put another timestamp down because I'm going to get started in just a second. Where are we at? We're at about 60, about an hour. Okay. So essentially, if you want to do this with me, here's how the next about 35 minutes is going to go down. I have set up a little art class thing that I made, which is going to be live draw with me's. not at the moment real time, but plan to be. So we're going to take 5 minutes on gesture, and you basically would do it with me. This obviously is me cheating because this footage is sped up. So unfortunately, this is not real time, but the next few after I upload the next like 6 or 7, once I finally get back to where we are now, will be real time. So I'm going to be accountable with you and not cheat. So basically, 5 minutes for gesture. We'll take a 2-minute break in between. There's going to be 3 rounds. So 5 minutes for gesture, 2-minute break. 10 minutes for bony landmarks and skeleton. Then another 2-minute break. And then lastly, another additional 10 minutes to find any musculature sitting on top or just overall strengthen the sketch. So overall, a full, about, 25-minute session. There we go. So if you want to do this challenge with me, it starts right away, and I'll give you a timer. But we're going to start together on the count of 3. I'm just going to move this out of the way so we can see it. There we go. Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you, Celeste. I'll be right there with you. I'm just going to start this from the beginning. It'll give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. You probably already heard it. And then we'll start. So, here's the rule. Chat, don't be mad at yourself. Mistakes are welcome. I am about 5 years into this. I'm going to be a little bit lazy and sloppy about it, probably in the beginning, and then we'll affirm things later. Now is the time to just experiment and see how far you get. If you make a big old mess, that's the goal. We're here to learn together, right? No hard feelings. Let it be natural, let it happen, and just try, because we're here to learn. And if you can't learn and make mistakes here, then where can you, right? We can make our art look better and fancier and all the extra, expletives later. But for now, let's try our best and let it be messy, let it be ugly. Okay? All right. I just want to make sure I have my timer set up. Music is ready to go. Where are we at? About 1:02. Let's say in 10 seconds. Okay. All right, chat. We are starting the gesture in 3, 2, 1. When the timer goes, we go. I can't talk much, so lock in. Line of action. Boom, there it is. Starting way up here. You want to have enough space for that arm. Have some space for the head, proportion-wise. Head's going to probably be about there. Top of the head goes about to the base of the scapula and the trap. Boom, to boom. Okay. Let's find at least the spine. It's going to be a messy job today. Trap. Lots of breathing here. Okay. A tip I like to find is the C7, the top of the most bony protrusion of the spine. Let that start the line. There's my spine. Okay. From there, move quick. Can't see what else is there, so that'll have to do. Let's at least get yeah, there we go. Arm is over there somewhere, and arm is probably not that long. Very, very, very foreshortened forearm. Okay, negative space. That feels about right. Let's find her back. Alright, and last but not least, let's find a head. Where's your head, honey? Where it at? Let's see. Find the head, find the head. Okay. Trap. She's got a nice lean neck. It's beautiful. A beautiful, beautiful head. That head already feels too small. It is too small. Yeah. Beautiful egg right here. Give me that egg. Actually, her head's not that far away. Jaw. Side of the head. Some loomis. Ear tells me exactly what the angle is because you can connect the ear to the eye line. Eye line is in the same plane. There's her eyes. 1 minute left. This is supposed to be a nice exercise, but I get stressed out too, so don't worry if you're also like, try not to panic. Alright, let's adjust anything that needs adjusting. I feel like we got it mostly in there. Helps seeing the timer. I did not see the timer last time, so we have a much bigger advantage. And anything else that might confuse me? Let's see, 30 seconds. Can I find at least the spine? Trap is right there, goes up to the ear, comes in. Where is it? There it is. Straight shot, chromium process from deltoid. Boom. 10 seconds. There's C7. Time. Beautiful, y'all. Well done. All right, you have 2 minutes to walk away, step back, adjust things as you need. If anything feels out of place, now is the time to do it. The next time we come back from the timer will be a 10-minute adjustment for finding bony landmarks. So if you want to find the scapula, now is the time to do it. So zoom out, look away from the screen. The timer will go off when we have about 1 minute left, and we'll come back. Resetting eyes. Stretch, pet a cat, pet a pet, pet a dog if you have one, pet a mom if you want. Yes, pet a mom. Said mom said what? I don't want pets. Ooh. And on that note, I'm also going to stand up. Standing desk. Rise, my child. Again, this timer, 1 minute left, friends, come back soon, is not available right now. It's an unlisted link, but if you want it, I will give it to you. It is available in the description, and if you click on the link, you'll have access to it, but you have to share it to get it. 30 seconds. About. Okay. Let's get ready for bones! Let's see. Lock this layer in. Be ready as soon as that timer goes. Whatever you need to adjust, now's the time to do it. Give me a nice blue. Well, let's go gray and black for bones. About 10 seconds now, y'all. Here we go. Timer's gonna count down in 3, 2, 1 in a moment. Be ready. Bones. Where the heck is this scapula? Alright, let's find it. Here we go. Details immediately come at me right here. It is foreshortened and popping out. So I'm going to follow this beautiful teres major, sliding out of there, and that's going to tell me where my scapula sits. It's facing towards us, So it would be a bit foreshortened. And I think because there is so much pull happening here, let's see. I'm gonna say the spine of the scapula is right there. A beautiful, lovely bit of shelf comes in. It's actually kind of curvy. I'm not gonna worry about that too much right now, because remember, we need to find two of these. There's a connection right there. Awesome. All right. Just know that scapula sits about right on the edge of it. And then it would right around there. Okay. Leave some room for a humerus. Let's see. What else do I need to do? Celeste is about to kick into high gear. I hope you're ready to go. Might be a little bit lower than that. Yeah, we're not here for muscles yet, but just know they are there. Okay, and there is my scapula on my left side. Or her left. No, right. I can't tell. Rights and lefts, what are they? We'll clean this up in a moment. Just want to find everything right now. We can clean it up at the end. There we go. Be messy and ugly right now. We can clean it up later. Alrighty. From there, remembering that this is foreshortened, I already forgot that quick because I got too stuck in the details. It's coming at us, bro. Hey, what's up, danger? There you are. Beautiful. Make sure you can see the inner edge of it. There we go. Just like earlier. It's foreshortened. Where's the other one? And I can't really see clavicle from this angle, but just know that it's there. Looping around like a beautiful hook. That'll even tell you exactly where the rib cage sits because it loops around it. Actually, it might be easier to find the rib cage first. But I'm gonna start with the scapula because I can see it. It's right there. So this one's further away. So I'm gonna even cheat a little bit and move that closer to the edge. It should be closer to the center line and this one should be further away. So let's see. Scapula sitting, boom, right there. Just know that even if you're not exactly sure what the shape is, just go for that triangle shape. That's plenty right now. It's still a shelf, even if it's got less information on this side to tell you where it is. It stops right where the traps are. This one is not foreshortened, not as much, so you would probably see the edge of this guy. I gotta talk it through, that's why I'm yelling out loud, sorry. Hopefully it's helping someone. Probably not, just me. Leave some room for this beautiful humerus, which would be also very foreshortened. Really foreshortened humerus. I'm gonna say about there. Yeah, we don't need to know exactly where the humerus is or where it ends, we're just trying to find it. Okay, I think that's a scapula. Now let's find a rib cage underneath that. Five minutes. Doing good, doing good. Alright. This is very sneaky. That is not rib cage. That is serratus. Don't fall for it. I fell for it the first time. Don't fall for it. Yep, it's a big ol' egg. that starts wide at the bottom and gets smaller at the top. You should be able to find it once you kind of get the basic in. I don't like this part of the song, it's spooky. Skip! Yay. Okay. Her torso is going that direction, so just aim it in that direction. Can't really see it, but that's okay. Just know that's where the neck hole starts. Neck would be about there. I'm gonna hide this. Let me see it just on its own. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Spine time. Big obvious spinal curve. Very, very obvious here. Starts at the top of the skull. Gradually getting wider. It's a long snake. Again, we're not drawing individual vertebrae right now. We're just worrying about form and shape. Oh dear, can I draw a spine in time? Let's find out. Pretty much one-to-one the same one we did before, but now with a bit of an adjustment here that this is sitting inside. Spine would be facing us. Then it wouldn't be. It would be facing away. C7. From there, it comes down into the lumbar. Can't really see it, but just know it'd be curving downward. The ellipses would be going away. Ooh, coming down to the wire here. 2 minutes, y'all. Let's find that groove. Get into the groove. There's a little cavity where it sits. It's not just floating there. That's the issue I had last time. Remember, there is a groove your spine sits in. Boom. That feels a bit more realistic. Okay. All right, now let's put it all together. Let's see. Can we clean anything up? I'm not going to go into more detail on her face right now. Let's just worry about the mission at hand. Rib cage is here. Cool. Scapula. 1 minute to clean up the scapula. And we'll have plenty of time to worry about everything else later. 1 minute. Gotta say, it is much easier now the second round trying to do this. First time I was a panic mess. Felt like I stressed everybody out. It's not gonna be perfect, but we'll take a minute to maybe adjust things at the end. Let's see if you can finish on time. That's the goal. Doesn't matter if you do, just try. There's my spine. Should be a natural curve in there. Snake it forward to meet the clavicle. We ran out of time to get to the other side, but we just needed to find it. Okay. Woo! All right. Feel good about that. Next round is dedicated to muscle. If you happen to want to continue to define the bones, which is the mission for today, of course, if you don't know muscle yet, you don't have to. I'm going to move on and try to find the bones, though. Let's see. This is base. Bones. And then muscle on top. Though I don't think we need another folder for that. Don't worry about that bell. That was a subscribe bell. You can subscribe if you want. On this channel, though. Right in time with the end of the song. Alright. 1 more minute to reset your eyes. Try your best to move on. If you have mistakes, you can adjust them now. If you have no time, that's okay. It's just trying to get something on paper. 1 minute. Okie dokie. All hunky-dory? Again, the end goal at the end of the day is to try to get fast at this, because you don't want to spend all of your time doing anatomy. You want to have time decorating the anatomy. Once you've figured out the base foundation, you can put stuff on top, like clothing. I almost choked. Like clothing and jewelry and accessories. This is the part where you want to spend the least amount of time, because it's more fun actually decorating your characters with stuff. So let's get through this and we can have more fun decorating later. All right. Muscle time in 3, 2, 1. Big first thing I see right now, Teres Major. Boom, baby. Can't miss it. And it sits right about in the groove. Right there. Might even turn this up a little bit. Okay, from there, that big old sausage, I don't always remember exactly where it connects wise, but we'll clean that up as we remember things. I want to understand this right here. This overlap. This beautiful overlap of tricep tendon. There's a beautiful juicy tricep muscle that sits right there. And the tricep actually connects in 2 places. I forget where exactly. It's hard to remember. But when we have a moment to look at it, we'll pull up the other thing. For now, what else do I remember? I do remember infraspinatus sitting on top and teres minor sitting on top. There would be a bit of a minor here and a bit of teres minor, teres major. That overlap is still very confusing to my brain. Just know it's a big old round sausage sitting right there. Cool. Big old infraspinatus is right there. Can't miss it. I think that connects right to the humerus. Something like that. We'll clean it up as we go, but just know you want that beautiful overlap to really be pronounced. And we'll add shading and stuff at the end if we have time. Alright, I always forget specifically how it connects to the humerus, but there's a big old long tendon that looks like a house. It's not very pronounced on her because her arm isn't straightened. It would be more obvious on a straighter arm, so we won't really worry about that. Just get the basic shape of it. There's a tricep. Okay. Big one that shoots out to me though. Deltoid. Can't miss that. Beautiful, beautiful deltoid melts in here, and then probably some biceps sitting in the front. Can't really see it, but just know that it softens that connection. Alright. Deltoid, I believe, you can kind of see it. It snakes underneath all of these extra muscles here. And we'll again take a look at that and make sure I got the overlap correct. But there's 3 heads to it. Let's see. Head 1 starts on top of the spine. Then head 2 comes from the front of the chromium process. And then if you can't really see it, I don't think it's visible here, but there is a 3rd head sitting right in front of the clavicle. They all kind of just blend together into one big banana. That's all you need. Alrighty. This is all I cared about. Now we just have fun. This is decoration now. Soften that armpit. I dropped my pen. Beautiful. Okay. Traps. Right here. Oh baby, do I see trapezoid. Oh my god, do I see trapezoid. It's even pinching that skin right there. It's so beautiful. There's a bunch of pinchy happening right here. Get that delicious shadow. Okay. From there, I'm going to find the edge of my trapezoid. I keep saying trapezoid, it's trapezius. You can follow the line of the spine of the scapula to find that there. There is a bunch of bunched up muscles right around here, but just know that trapezius continues down. I'm going to talk a little bit less because I'm sure I'm not really helping. It's annoying now. It's just me figuring it out. Okay, but I just want to make sure we all have the same knowledge going in. It doesn't make sense if I know what I'm doing and you don't. We got to figure it out together. Alright, I'm not exactly positive on connection points, but I'm remembering it as I go. Just know that there's a lot of overlap. A lot of overlap in the traps. Okay. This all kind of melts into one. You don't even see the deltoid really pop out here, so it's not as obvious over there. There is some trap coming out, a tricep. There's a little bit of a snake of a teres major right there. And if I really squint, maybe I can see some infraspinatus. Maybe. Sitting underneath that would be a teres minor as well as a tricep sitting on top of that strap. I don't remember exactly how it connects, but we'll worry about that later. For now, I'm gonna say no. This sausage comes down here. Yeah, because it would connect right to the edge. Right to the edge. And that's sitting underneath everything. Right? Oh, I don't remember. I have to look at the traps again. I always forget. Alright, let's get back to the inside of this muscle. Let's come back into the center. This is all trap, baby. Delicious traps. Tendon kind of cuts it off there. This would be lat. She's got a very thin lat because she's not super buff, so it's not super strong here. Some oblique is kind of coming out, some serratus is coming out. Really, we're looking at mostly lat. Even snakes right on top here. It's very pronounced in the crunchy area back here. This is beautiful gesture. Thank you, Proko. Just know that beautiful lat sits on top of the scapula. It should sit right on the edge of it. Serratus is working hard here. That's all serratus. Those finger-like muscles. Connection point to oblique. Can't really see it, but we don't need to know a ton about what's underneath yet. We're just worrying about the upper back. Get some shading on this. Draw those baguettes in real quick. Just worry about two big old pieces of bread for now. We'll worry about those when we cross those bridges, and I also have the least amount of memory on that. I'm very foggy there. But they're very thin on her. She's very lean. Alright. Kinda can see. I missed the area that they actually connect in. Best song, by the way. One of my favorites of the soundtrack. Okay, let's come back up here. We're wasting time worrying about things that are not as important. This is rhomboid. Rhomboid, baby. I want to know all about that right on the edge of the scapula. This is sitting underneath it, so you probably won't be able to see it, but it would be there. Let's find the other side of the trapezius here. Maximizing my time as much as I can. Actually, it's overlapping it a lot more. Scapula sits a little bit closer to the edge there. Oh, beautiful! That pinch of muscle is so juicy! Oh my god, that's gorgeous. Alrighty. Now that we've got most of our muscles in, I don't think there's much that we need to really worry about. Maybe like just the separate heads here of the trapezius. There we go. It's somewhere there. Yeah. Okay. Let's add some shading, as much as we have time for. Give me my dark circle brush. Let's see. Big shado, shado, shado. One minute. Reflected light doesn't have to be super fancy, just add a little ring of light where you see light connect to shadow. The hedgehog. Arm is mostly draped in shadow here. I did kind of miss some of that back there, but that's not as important. Trap. Follow the trap all the way down. Maybe add a little bit of it down there. Yeah. This is the last part of the lesson. Get as much of this in here as you can. Ooh. Hands up. Okay. Wow. That's a whirlwind, man, let me tell you. When you draw with a timer, it keeps you moving. Alright, but yeah, that would be normally the end of class, but I'm gonna go in and define a few more things just to make it a little clearer, a little cleaner to look at. The base is not as clean as it could be. I want to find her head proper, but I feel really good about that. For one, let's go in and really see those scapula. I can't quite see them right now. So that's the entire point of the lesson. So I'm gonna take an additional timer that I like to just have one more timer to clean things up, because I could take 10 more years on doing stuff, or I could just focus and lock in. So let's reset. Let's do one more 10-minute timer. I'll leave it down here as we've had it. And I think I can put this away now. Alright. Let's do one more 2-minute break. Reset your eyes one more time. We'll be right back. I'm gonna just finalize things and we'll call stream. Alright, one more 2-minute break. Cracker! I want a cracker. Where's my mouse? There it is. Alright, one more time. Be right back. Sing it, mommy. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away from you for 20 seconds. That's the 20-20-20 rule. Sorry for saying that accursed year out loud. Okay, without further ado, before we clean anything up, I just want to finalize where things live. One more time. Did I get the triceps right? Mostly, yeah. I feel alright about that. It's not as important to worry about the triceps right now because we're not learning them at the moment, but just know, one is touching the scapula. Again, this software froze, so I can't move it right now unless I reboot it, and I don't want to do that. But this is connecting to scapula. We're touching this bone. Yeah? And then the second one, if you can see it, it's harder to see, but it's sitting right on top of the humerus. So it would be, there's two heads to it. There's a big old fat, juicy, smaller, stouter head sitting right about meow. And then the thicker one is right about here. But you don't really need to worry about that because it's covered up by deltoid usually, as you can see. So on this side, just know this is going to a scapula, this is going to a humerus, but you don't really see any of this head because it's all covered by delt. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So really, this would be sitting right about there. That tricep. And again, it's not super important because it's not flexed. We just let it blend in with the background. It's just helpful to know where it lives. Alrighty. Other than that, I might take an additional 10 minutes to just clean up the scapula, add a little color, add a little shading, and then we'll call it. Yeah? How's that sound? One more additional 10 minutes to clean things up. And yeah, I like just having this timer because it just gets things on the paper faster. You have less time to freak out and panic. You just gotta go. You can't think about it, you just gotta go. So unless anyone has any questions, we're gonna wrap it up here, and this will be the last 10 minutes of the stream and of the year, and then we'll come back in January and talk about booba. Package right here. Yeah, alrighty. Last day of bones! At least for now. Alrighty. Cool, cool. Let me get myself set up. I'm gonna move this lovely lady over this way because it's actually, well, no. No, I'll put you back. I think I'll just shrink you down because I can't really see where I'm working. Stop trying to maximize the screen. I don't want it bigger. And it would be nice to actually see the bottom of her hips because I can't right now. Let's see. I'm gonna make you smaller, honey. Not that small. A little small, but not that small. Alright. How's that? Now I can see my layers. Cool. I could not see my layers. That was the main issue. Okay. Alright. Methinks I'm ready for our final 10-minute round. Let me just get a good idea of what we're doing. I'm gonna start cleaning up the base first. Start with that. Yeah, I think we're ready. We'll leave it at about 75%. Save that goodness one more time. Okay, final round, y'all. Additional edits, revising the gesture, whatever didn't work for you before, now is the final round. So here we go. Final adjustments in 3, 2, 1. There will not be an audible timer, so just listen for my voice. Okay, first things first. Her head is not going that direction. It's going, meow, like that. Let's see if we can trace that line a bit better. There's a beautiful cranium. Yeah. It's a little more angular. Your head is not a perfect egg. It's very ovular. Cool. Eye line is going that way. Just know where the nose lives. It's a little lower than that. There's a hair stuck in my mouth. There we go. Nose. Schnoz. Cool. And probably some lippage happening there. That'll do. Alright. Moving on. I found her jaw. Now let's find this arm here.
It's 4:45 p.m.
Wow, thanks.
Time to start wrapping up your workday and plan for dinner.
I know, that sounds like a great idea. I'm actually going to do that. Thanks, Google. I'll listen to you for once. Cool. Let me just redefine everything in this area here. Humerus. I don't really need to know exactly where it ends, but I do want to know where that shadow is. Big ol' obvious elbow right there. Beautiful. Now you can take the time to find the contours. We actually don't need this much space for her arm. It's a little bit shorter than that. We just got that foreshortened arm in there real quick. It kind of blends into the rest of the forearm there. Let's see. Hand. She's got more hand than that. Alrighty, that feels like an arm. Now I can move on. Alrighty, cool, cool. I'm not going to define the hand any further than that. Just know it exists there, because I don't like arms and hands. I can't wait to revisit that lesson. Oh boy, let me tell you. Okay, next up, where else are we lacking? I guess let's just extend her hips a little longer there. Not completely too wide because she's got to come back to her butt. Alrighty. Save. Let me find out where the heck her traps go. No, we got the traps. We could define the traps a little bit more though, because that's the action. That's what we're looking for. Midline is actually closer to the center here. Another hint, the traps don't completely kiss the whole time. There's a little kite right here, right around C7. That's why it's such a prominent landmark, because there's no bone, there's no muscle there. It's just bone. Kind of pops out right there. There's a lovely little diamond that sits right there covering it up. Nice. And all of this would be in shadow. So now that I got my shadow, let's see if we can't add a little bit of it in. Most of this is in shadow. Most of this. I might still go in and clean up the scapula a little bit, but for the most part, I just want to find everything because that'll help me define where everything sits mostly. This is all in shadow. That plane change. Beautiful dude. Beautiful juicy plane change. And all of this. Cool. There's a little bit of shadow there. Most of that is popping out though. Nice deep depression in the spine there. We're not shading a ton. I just wanted to find most of my midtones and highlights. Cool. Neck is in shadow ever so slightly. Hair from the head is in shadow. Okay. And then most of that is midtone. Okay, cool. Nice. Nice. What needs to be done? Let's step back. Let's analyze this beautiful section right here where there's so much going on. Let's get in here. Time for my heavy duty brushes. Let's get darker in here. Darker than dark. Haha. Alright. Did I mention I'm a Deltarune fan artist? I love it. Kinda can't escape it. Let's keep it to red. Cool. There's not much left. Don't need to use the full 10 minutes, but I want to find as much as I can. Bless you, bub! I heard a sneeze back there behind me. This arm is less important, but I do want to understand where this tricep connects. It would be right about there. Just know that second head is sitting underneath a deltoid. Not as important, but still crucial to know. I always forget how they connect, but that's not super important. Just know that there's a little section where they split. Okay. I don't really need to worry about anything else, I guess. Well, I'm gonna guess I can clean up... Oh no, I know what I'll do. I'm gonna clean up the scapula. Yes, 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 that's what I'll do. Let's get some color in there. Nice bright orange for my scapula. Let's hide all this for a second. So I can't miss him. Working quickly and efficiently so we can add details and extraneous extra accessories on top for later. Nice. I want to be done when I turn off the stream. I don't think about coming back, I'm just done. Perfectionism is a hard thing to beat, but I am getting better at it. Perfection does not exist. You just do your best, and you have to learn to get okay with it. See how that looks. Yeah. I guess I could find the bones that we added as well. Spine. Not green. 1 minute. Can we do it? I'm gonna try to find really quick the bones of the spine. Just to get them in there. Grooves are happening though. Jams. There we go. Oh, 1 minute to find the spine. One more layer to find my rib cage. I'm not gonna leave it blue, you'll see in a second. I think we'll just have enough time for it. Trying not to be too picky here, we just want to be quick and done. Quick and dirty. Ooh, it's gonna be down to the wire. Used every single of that 10 minutes. Cool. Squitch. Huh, huh. Okay. Bam, baby. That feels good. Yeah. 3. Nope. 3, 2, 1. That feels really good. I'm getting faster, chat. If you're just jumping on, you have no idea. I used to take like 6 hours on a gesture. I'm not even kidding. Maybe 3 if I was rushing. I'm feeling really, really, really good about this. And hey, it's been about 6 years now getting to this level. It's not going to happen for everybody overnight unless you're a goddess or a god. It does not happen quick. It happens with slow patience and kindness and grace to yourself. So without further ado, I think that's a stream. So for the last time of 2025, I'm gonna say thank you so much for joining me. If you found me at any point during this journey, I'm not done. We're gonna just come back to muscles in 2026. Until then, keep playing, keep loving, and keep dreaming, and I'll see you for the pecs next time. Otherwise, keep practicing, chat, and have a wonderful Merry Christmas / Kwanzaa / holidays, whatever you celebrate. Thank you for being here with me. Bye.